Greetings and salutations, Charlton66 back again after a long few months with another video. Hope everyone's doing well and the winter was decent enough for everybody and getting ready for spring. I know it's been a while, however, I have been doing videos with the Graphic Man on his channel Wednesday night with the 4-color fossils. We're there talking about comic books and things, and have to do comic books. So if you've not been there, check out Graphic Man. Subscribe to his channel, absolutely. And if you are inclined, watch our live stream Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock, where myself, Jambo Comics, Eric Breen, Route to Orloff, you got Captain Strange Life, Howler Mouse Pumpson, Dave Spinnerack, he's there. Who else? We just got a ton of people coming. Paulo Costas, our foreign correspondent from Portugal. He talks and informs us and educates us on foreign comics, which I find very fascinating. Another facet to our collecting. And so other people will come in. Howler Mouse, Night Tiger Comics. This is virtual cornucopia, as we say, of comic book collectors and people who just love the medium for what it is. But I've been doing that every Wednesday night. I was there last Wednesday, yesterday, but the last 2 Wednesdays I wasn't there, but I've been there almost the whole time. So it's been fun doing that against every Wednesday, showing books. So that's been fun. But I'm glad to be back with you guys here too as well. Back with you guys to talk about comic books and other things related to our hobby. I've gotten a lot of things, AOKs, gifts, and if I am forgetting who it's from, I do apologize. I can't remember everything. It's been a while. I mean, this is before December, before Christmas. I got some of this stuff, and it's hard to keep track when you get a bunch of stuff from people, and I should. I usually label things, but I've been getting so much stuff that I've gotten behind. I wasn't expecting, so the generosity of I mean, I know they're generous. I'm not saying that, but coming to me, I wasn't expecting that. So who's ever watching and you sent me something and I forgot to talk about it, or I mislabel who sent it to me, I do apologize. Forgive me. Put it in the comments saying, hey, idiot, you messed up. I sent you this. Remember? So we'll know. We'll get the credit to where credit is due. So speaking of that, I just thought of a bunch of stuff I missed. So hold on one sec. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. There was a few things that I thought about as I was talking that made me think about a few things that my friends throughout YouTube have sent to me for Christmas and whatnot. I also went to some shows, some Comic Cons, local shows that I picked up some stuff from there. I'll be showing that and some other books. So on to talking about what I received from AOKs and as gifts. I know this is a long time coming. A Instagrammer, I don't know if he does. Yeah, he does video. Yeah. He does videos. Black Box Bronze and Silver Age. If I'm getting his name right, Joe. He has an Instagram and he does great YouTube videos. Loves comic books, the same type of comic books that we like, same genre, esoteric stuff, stuff off the beaten path that you really wouldn't see elsewhere. That's why hopefully people come to this channel. They see things that you normally wouldn't see on regular YouTube videos. Anyway, Christmas he sent me this. I had mentioned Nevada. Zane Grey's Nevada is one of my favorite books by Zane Grey. It is my favorite book. and Under the Western Stars is the other one. But he sent me this nice Del 4 Color 412 of Nevada, which was very nice of him to think about me. Great cover, great perspective, but it's a great book. If you like westerns or just action and in general and great writing, pick up Nevada. You can find it in any used bookstore. Paperbacks, there's tons of paperbacks. If I had mine available, I'll show you my favorite cover. But yeah, Nevada. He sent this back. He sent this to me. Again, Joe, I told you thank you in messages, but thanks again, buddy. I appreciate it. And one of the 4-color fossils that I forgot to mention, Shannon. He's one of the gang in 4-color fossils. He took the time to have this made for me. Nice coffee mug. I love my coffee. Space Adventures 33. Of course, the first appearance of Captain Adam. Thank you, Shannon. Again, he's on Instagram. He's on YouTube. His handle, if I get it right, Solid ST Bend 4 or Solid ST4 Bend. One of the two. But just put in solid and then it'll come up. I'll try and remember to put things in the description of everyone's handles and their YouTube names and stuff. But he sent this to me, which I thought was very cool. Coffee always tastes better in a comic book mug, but the graphics are great. One of my, I don't use the term Holy Grail, but one of my books that I really want to get on this. I appreciate it, Shannon. Thank you for thinking of me and sending that to me. And again, I've already told him thank you and all that kind of good stuff. Onward and upward, as Shannon likes to say. My buddy Night Tiger sent me, knows I'm a big little book guy, which I need to get those too to show you guys. He got me Gene Autry and the Range War. Very nice copy. The spine is wonderful. Got me the Red Rider Acting Sheriff with the Fred Harmon artwork, which is great. And Gene Autry and the Bandits of Silver Tip, which is phenomenal. Big Little books. These are the taller Big Little books, which they just look great together, don't they? Look at that. They just look great on any shelf. Let me put these away real quick. I'm going to get my other Big Little books that I got. Sorry about the lack of organization on this video. Like I said, I've received and picked up so much stuff I'm losing track of what I showed on Instagram, which I'm on Instagram. If you don't know, Charlton6670. I posted a lot of stuff on Instagram, and between here and my last video, I don't remember what I showed and didn't show. But onward to the Big Little books again. Everyone knows, well, not everyone, but anyone who's watched the last few episodes, I've been getting into Smiling Jack. And I found a dealer at a local antique store has a phenomenal collection of Big Little books. And these are exceptional Big Little books of Smiling Jack. The spine, again, is wonderful. That's the flip book. You can see a movie with the guy parachuting out of a building. This great Smiling Jack issue, book. This is Smiling Jack and Speed Pilot, I think from 41. And these are by Whitman, by the way. If anyone who doesn't know about, 1941. The Smiling Jack. This Smiling Jack, Wings Over the Pacific. This is from 1939. which is another phenomenal condition. This guy has some great Big Little books. Um, Again, it's a rabbit hole. Same thing with pulps. What I try and do is just get things that I like. Obviously, you get things that you like, but I don't collect to collect them. I get very specific ones: the Phantom, Smiling Jack, Dick Tracy, Popeye. Uh, if I see them, again, they're about 35, 40, $45 a pop, even more depending on who the character is. This is a nice one too. Stratosphere Ascent, Smiling Jack. This is very nice. The spine is very, very cool. Graphic Man and I would like to do spend a Saturday afternoon at some point and talk about Big Little books. His collection, Graphic Man's collection, is extraordinary. He's a big gold key guy, so his collection of gold key is phenomenal. His Big Little books are great. He categorizes everything. He's good with graphics, so he has a spine in the front and the back, and he categorizes them with that. And it's just he's phenomenal with that kind of stuff. So here's another one I got. Again, this is the one I can't remember, but I think Jess from BWD Comics on Instagram sent this to me along with these other books I'm going to show in a second. With this nice Tom Mix book. This is from 1934. Again, Whitman. But it's got pictures in it instead of artwork. The back, I love the back. Nice picture of Tom there. Good, great condition book. Glad to have it in the collection. I mentioned Jess from BWD Comics on Instagram. He sent me a wonderful AOK. All AOKs are wonderful. But he sent me a stack of books right before Christmas. I didn't open until Christmas, and now I'm just getting to show them to you. I've posted these on Instagram. I've read some of them, but I've not posted any on Instagram. One of the first things I'll show is this nice Flash Gordon from 1967. Again, Al Williamson, if I'm not mistaken. I've not read this one yet, but I think he did all the King Flash Gordon books, but it's pretty darn cool. A nice Charlton Valley of the Dinosaurs, which I did not have, number 3. Nice Valley of the Dinosaurs. Great Charlton book. Again, Pat Boyette cover on this awesome Outer Space, number 1. Great. One of my favorite Pat Boyette covers. The composition on it and the style of it is just really, really good. The detail on it, him breaking the shield, and just a great Pat Boyette cover. Pat Boyette is one of those guys that can draw on any medium. He's done painted covers, again, regular line comic book work, but highly underrated, I think. But Pat Boyette's really a wonderful artist. Nice DC special, The Three Musketeers and Robin Hood. Luis Dominguez cover on this. Again, Jess is just a wonderful individual. Great to talk to. He'll send an AOK out to you out of the blue, and you'll get a big box at your door, and I see his name on it, and I'm just so ever grateful for him taking the time on doing this. This nice Del Color Movie Classics number 1328, which is a 4-color, I do believe. Underwater City, which is, I know it's hard to see in this Mylar. One of my favorites, because of Jess, I became a Smiling Jack fan. He sent me some Smiling Jack books in an AOK 1. No, Smiling Jack 1 from Dell. and read it. Was not familiar with the character, and I've said this before on other videos, so I won't belabor the point. But I didn't realize it was comic strips. They were reprinting the comic books, but they got new covers, and stories are really good, really fun, cool character. It's a character of the time, really fun stuff. And then I started down that rabbit hole. Found out there's Big Little books. Found out there's serials, comic books, tons of stuff with Smiling Jack. So, reason I mentioned that, another character that I became very fascinated with, and I think is a fun read, is Joe Palooka. And again, he sent me a nice Joe Palooka from 1954. Like Joe Palooka, I know the ones where he's in World War II, or in the war. I believe it's World War II, where he's in combat or sought after, more than just the regular Joe Palookas. But I love the Joe Palooka comic book. Jungle Adventures from the Skywald run. Zangar, which is great stuff. Everyone likes Skywald. Again, another Charlton that I did not have. Emergency, the great Joe Staton cover. Number 2. And everyone's favorite is the horror superhero line of Dell, Villa Dracula, number 8, 1973, which is great stuff. Frankenstein, Dracula, werewolf, good stuff. It's just that esoteric, quirky, unpretentious fun that we do enjoy. He sent me this, and I'm very happy. I collected the Shadow from Dynamite. Again, they had tons of covers. I don't go for this whole cover gimmick, but there's one that I wanted. It was the Alex Ross cover from the last issue, 25, and lo and behold, Jess had sent it to me. I never even mentioned it to him, and it's a homage to Detective 27, but there's that Shadow by Alex Ross, which I just love this cover. See, he sends old and new. The Spirit, number 1. He sent me. I didn't realize it. I have not read this particular issues, but it looks like Spirit 1, 2, the Darwin Cook Spirit 3 and 4, 4 and 5. Spirit 1. Number 4. And number 5. Very cool. Love the Spirit. It was a fun series. I read some of these before. I've not read these issues, but I've read some ones in between these. I think 3. I read some after. I think I've read the hardback. The one thing that they did. It might not have been the Darwin Cook's Spirit. And I've been distracted. As you can see, I got comic book boxes behind me. I've been. Graphic Man has put all of his comic books in magazine short boxes, which that to me was a great idea. So I decided to do the same. So I'm moving everything from my long drawer boxes to the magazine short boxes. So I'm taking things that are already that's in the other part of the room here and putting them in the magazine boxes. They're easier, it's much, because I put everything in Golden Age bags and boards. So there's enough room. Golden Age bags and boards. There's enough room for Silver Age books, the Dell Giants, any variance of sizes, mostly 99.9% of the size of books fit into the Gerber Golden Age My Lights 2, which is all that I use. I've been putting them in that, and with the magazine boxes, there's a much more room in there, where they're not as crammed on the side walls they do on the other. Because sometimes they're harder; it's a hard fit. But I'm eliminating that, and I'm organizing things. I'm getting things done, so I've been distracted with that. So I've not been reading as many comic books as I usually would. But I digress. I mentioned before, and I'll say it again, ME Magazine Enterprises of the 50s put out some of the best westerns of its time. Great artists: Fred Gardner, Frank Bull, Dick Ayers, of course Frank Frazetta. Did a lot of stuff for ME, well, not as much Frazetta as the rest did, but their westerns are phenomenal. You get the Durango Kid, Red Bass, Ghost Rider, Straight Arrow, which is a favorite of mine. I'm trying to complete the Straight Arrow run. Bobby Benson and the B. Barbie Riders. Bobby B. So like a 90s rapper. So Jess always sends me some ME books, which is phenomenal. This is Durango Kid, obviously. I think this is probably a Fred Gardner cover. Yeah, it is a Fred Gardner cover. Number 29 from 1954. Highly underrated, I think. Great western from the 50s. If you want to read some good stuff, I mean, this cover says it all. You got a pirate flag. You got Durango Kid socking to a would-be pirate. This is number 10, and this is an early issue that I do not have. I don't have the other one either, but having the first 10 issues of a run is always fun. Nice Charlton, Geronimo Jones, number 1. Jose Delbo does the art chores on this. But I got some other Geronimo Jones. Do not have the first issue, so I'm happy to have this. This is a fun book too. Walter Lantz, Space Mouse. Beautiful copy. 1962. Rustling up alien caterpillars with their little ray guns and little cowboy hats on there. Such a fun cover. Space Mouse. This is number 2 from 1963. He also sent me Action Comics from 1948. Action 121. I always love getting these and finding these in the wild. I didn't collect them all. I missed this issue from '84, but Amazing Heroes, they're just fun to read. It's historical content is worth getting these. Love Comic Reader. Comic Reader is another one. Amazing Heroes, Comic Reader, Comics Journal, of course CBG. Were must reads back in the day. Today it's a Tomorrow's Books, Back Issue, and Alter Ego. Those are a must. They're expensive cover price wise, but you can get it digitally for $2.95. But the printed version is $9.95 or $10.95. It's a big price of admission, but it's so much information is in those books, back issue, and Alter Ego. Here's a nice Fawcett Rocky Lane Western from number 31 from 1949. Great photo cover there. And always fun. Tarzan of the Apes. This is number 198 from 1971. Great painted cover Gold Key's known for. Like I said, you tune into Graphic Man. He's got a lot of cool Gold Key books. He knows a lot about it. And nice Mighty Samson here. Number 12 from 1967. Looney Tunes. Dell comic book 4-color. 120. It might just be Looney Tunes 125. I don't think it's a 4-color for 125. But anyway, it's from 1952. Yeah, I don't think it's that early of an issue from 52. It's such a fun cover. Nice Tarzan of the Apes. Another one from Gold Key. Gold Key going on here. From June. I do not know the year. I will find out in 1 second. I mean the number, but it's nice. I think it's Jesse Marsh artwork, I believe. 1964, 142. Rawhide Kid, 144. Great Gil Kane cover. Nice issue of Beyond the Grave, number 3. Great Ditko cover. Again, it's Charlton. I love it. Love the cover. This is from 75. Haunted, number 8. I don't know who did this cover. I should have researched it beforehand. This is Haunted, number 8, as I said. Ghost Manor, phenomenal. Ditko. It's funny when I look at these Charltons and wonder why. I mean, I'm okay with it because it keeps the prices down and the availability of finding Charltons. But when I look at the Charltons with Ditko and Boyette and Staten and Sutton and Aparo and a slew of others doing stuff in these books, and no one cares. It just boggles my mind. But the Ghost Manor, Tonight I'll Dream of You. Great Ditko cover. This is from 73, number 9. I mean, why would you pass this up? I mean, I don't want to go on a tangent, but I just don't get, I mean, this is, compared to other artists, I know it's not the best out there. I mean, it's still Ditko. But I mean, you're not talking about Frazetta or Adams or someone like that, too, that did great stuff. And you look at this stuff now, I don't see how there's a comparison. I don't know how new comic books stay in business, other than the reprints. I'm not just what's new is bad. I'm not saying that. There's some new stuff out there that's good stuff. But there's artists that people covet that I don't understand it. I don't understand why. I'm not going to name them, but when you grow up with Ditko and Kirby and Adams and Giordano and Garcia Lopez and Frazetta and Byrne and Keith Pollard, Ron Wilson, Bob Layton, you grow up with those guys. How does anything else compare to that? Anyway, I digress. Onward. I guess people in the 50s wondered about us in the 70s who we liked, and I don't know. But another phenomenal Ditko cover, Monster Hunters number 15, which is such a great title, 1978. I mean, what do I know, right? Here's a great stuff. Three Stooges, The Outlaws is coming. It's crazy. It's Zadie. It's the Three Stooges in a wild, 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 wild Western. Crazy Three Stooges. 1965, number 22. Another great Charlton, Submarine Attack. Great cover of a sea battle. 1964, this is number 46. Midnight Tales, Professor Coffin. Again, Wayne Howard, another phenomenal creator that was did a lot of work, particularly with Midnight Tales at Charlton. Wally Wood, you know where I signed his name, Wayne Howard, very Wally Wood. But he learned from Woody, and I don't know. I think he did a few stuff outside of Charlton, but he died young, unfortunately. So what he would have produced later on, we have no clue. But Wayne Howard's a great creator. Find your Midnight Tales. Sit down and enjoy it. Think about Wayne Howard, because he was a good creator. Conga. For the answer. Does Conga know emotion as we do? Does he hate the human race? For the answers, say a monster's dream. I think he falls in love with her in this issue, I do believe. Number 20, 1964. Don't think there's Ditko in that one. Again, Monster Hunters. I think this is I don't know who did this cover. This is number 2. I don't want to say it's Staten. I could be wrong. It could be Sutton, but it's there's not enough figure, and it's too dark. The colors are. Charlton was not known for its clarity on printing. So these comics he sent to me, it's amazing. I'm still going on, and I still got like 4 more books. Geronimo Jones, number 6. Great cover. It's a photo cover with Western figures and political figures from the West, and with Geronimo Jones on his pony. Number 6, 1972. Like I said, this photo cover right there. Don't think there's a line drawn. Geronimo Jones. DC Superstars of Space. This is how we learned, guys, back in the day of what came before, and learn to appreciate the comic books that came out before the modern times when we were reading them. Of modern times of comics as you're a kid. Oh, this is an old story. This is how we learned of things that went on before, of those great books. Phenomenal Dell here. Ghost Stories. Beautiful copy, too. Chilling, thrilling tales of mystery and suspense. Inside the silent walls lies a secret only the ghost knows. Yeah, the skull there is pretty kick-ass. Great stuff. These ghost stories are really cool. And last but not least, the modern reprint of Geronimo Jones, number 7. 1978. Okay. I believe that is. I don't think I'm missing anything that Jess sent to me. If I am, Jess, I'm sorry, but I think I kept everything together. So so when I do the video, I'll know what's going on. And give me 1 second here, folks. And got another one from Jambo Comics. If you subscribe to him on the YouTube, and of course on Instagram, like I said earlier, he's one of the 4 Color Fossils. He's on with us every Wednesday. he was nice enough to send me a box of goodies, which I'm going to go over here in a second. I know this video is longer than my usual ones. I got a lot to catch up on. What can I say? You can put it in the background and like back and board your books, or, you know, play with the cat, or do whatever you need to do while this is going on. You won't bother me. Just talk amongst yourselves. He sent me, which he knows I'm a big Michael Moorcock. Thanks to Heller Mouse and Elric. Those stories from Michael Moorcock. But the Chronicles of Quorum, Knights of the Sword #1, which I needed this. Mike Mignola. The art on this. Again, knows I'm a Charlton guy. Wonderful Sarge Steel. And I've not read this one yet, so I don't know the number. Beautiful copy, man. Look at that. Gloss. Hard to find gloss on a Charlton. This old, anyway. 1965, number 6. Nice issue of Sarge Steel. And this is really cool, too. Billy the Kid from Toby Press, number 26. Great flipping cover. Just a nice book. Nice, solid book. 1954. Jack Sparling did the cover according to Jem with notes on the back. I tell you, Westerns, man, they'll have their day. They're coming. You mark my words. And you can't beat this cover, too. This is just awesome. Kit Carson and the Blackfeet Warriors. Look at that cover. Arrow just missed him. Great stuff. And he also sent these nice hardbound books. Buck Jones, Annual 1957. See, Buck Jones is still being printed. These are all reprints, obviously. But if anyone doesn't know how he died, Buck Jones was, he died in the Coconut Grove fire. 45 or 44. Whenever the Coconut Grove fire, the famous fire that killed all those people. According to reports, again, this has not been substantiated in any form, but according to reports, he made it out. But he knew people were trapped, so he ran back in to save other people, and inadvertently was trapped, and he died himself in the Coconut Grove fire. So, and this awesome annual, nice hardback of Roy Rogers. Cowboy Annual. I believe these are printed in England, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Manchester. Great Britain, 1953. And it's just nice. Nice stuff. Great for the collection. I appreciated Jambo. I've already told him face to face, well, on the video face to face. Okay, I got those. Like I said, I went to a few shows. The few shows that I've been to, there's older stuff there, but high-end older stuff. Then there's a lot of the newer stuff, which there's nothing to me there. I don't see paying $1,200 for a Star Wars book. For a Star Wars book that came out 3 or 4 years. I don't get it. Anyway, so there's slim pickings there. Some dealers weren't there the last few shows because of the weather, the Super Bowl, what have you. But I did pick up a few good books. I didn't want to go off on a tangent, so I kind of switched gears real quick there. One of the things I picked up, very nice copy. I just finished reading this. Number 53 from May of '61. There's a Ditko story in this of strange suspense stories. Very, look at that gloss on that cover still. That's pretty nice. Again, highly unappreciated, but it's fine with me. I'll collect Charlton until I have them all. I think there's a guy, I forgot his name, who's a Charlton expert, and I wrote it down somewhere. It's lost to time, but he collected every single Charlton. Why it's possible. I think there's 2,600 Charlton comic books to have everything, which is not that big of a deal if you think about it. But when you start thinking about the Ditko sci-fi books and the Ditko's crime, pre-code horror, you're gonna be paying some money, and that's where, you know, a lot of people stop. And they're coveted. I mean, you're paying a pretty penny for them, because a lot of them are just grotesque. So the pre-code horror, like I think, what one? I'm trying to think. I can't remember what the title was, so I'm not going to go into the story because it's such a big, huge thing with no head, and he's carrying heads, and I can't remember the title, but I saw it at Baltimore. I wanted it so bad. The price tag was $600, probably in a 5.0, and it only guides for a few hundred, and I wanted it so bad, but I could not pull the trigger $600 for that book. But that's what you're gonna. That's the wall that you're facing. You're running that marathon, you hit that wall. You're running the marathon to get out of Charlton, you hit that wall. It will be mine though. It will be mine at some point. Anyway, but I just don't get why folks give Charlton. I mean, they get a bad rap, and sometimes they deserve it under the printing and the reprint process and the distribution issues. But a lot of good comic books came from that company. One thing I picked up, I'm not a Flash collector, but I love the look of Mr. Element. And I picked this up. It's a beautiful copy. I really wanted this for a long period of time. It's a very nice copy. This is Flash 147. And Mr. Element is just, I just think he looks cool. He's a cool villain. One of my favorites, even though you don't get a lot of play, but it's a cool book. Even the cover is right there in that little panel. But guy had $100 for it. He gave it to me for 90. But I know it's his second appearance, but I wanted it for Mr. Element. But I'm glad I got it. It was well worth it to me. I guess I've been looking for a copy for this. I either find it very, very beat up and $30-40, which I don't want it to fall apart as I'm reading it, or it's very, 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 very high grade and it's a lot of money. That was a perfect grade with a good dollar amount. Flash Gordon 1, I picked this up, which I'm pretty happy with this book. Rocky and Bull. Now this shocked me. I did not know that Gold Key made square-bound comics. I did not know this of a bunch of their characters. This was new to me. This is Rocky and his Fiendish Friends #1 from 1962. But I was just really happy to get this book. It's such a great cover. I did not know Gold Key did this. And this is the back cover, which is they usually did that back in the pin up put on the back. But this is a nice cardboard cover, and it's square bound. I was very happy to find this. And of course, I'm off to get the rest of them. Again, a rabbit hole. But again, it's fun. You come across them, pick them up, and it's fun to add to the collection. The infamous Mighty Samson cover, the Santa Claus and him riding that crazy reindeer. This is number 30 from 75. Mighty Samson, number 29 from 75. Again, this is Jack Abel. Did the artwork, not the cover. He did the artwork on the inside. Mighty Samson, number 26 from 74. This looks like sparkling artwork. I could be wrong. He's a big dude, Samson. And another fun book, Fun in starring Dastardly and Muttley and their flying machines. This was a fun one. This is number 1 from 1970. Alright, I think I've covered most of my newer books that I received. I got some other, not comic book related stuff, but my wife got this for me for my Christmas gift. She knows I love superheroes that are not the esoteric stuff. So the secondary superheroes of the Golden Age, which is phenomenal. They have a chapter which I love of everything: Centaur, Fox, Harvey, MLJ, Needle, Lee Gleason, Novelty, Hillman, Price, Street and Smith, Columbia, Holyoke, Ace, Chester, and everybody else. They cover everything, and this is such a great. This is recommended to people who love quirky history by comic books and the cool comic book characters. Fun book. I've said I've been distracted with my organization. I've not gotten into this yet, but this is called The Strange Death of Alex Raymond by Dave Sim. This is about his death, obviously, but things leading up to it and other esoteric ideas and thoughts dealing with other people up until that point. But it's greatly illustrated. It's beautifully illustrated by Dave Sim. It's like they go through the history of comics while discussing what happened to Alex Raymond. So that's a cool book. Again, I read a few pages of it. I was getting into it, and then I started doing that. So I'm gonna start from scratch when I get to that. This is cool. Strango, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. shot from the original artwork. Steranko, so everyone loves Jim Steranko, rightly so. And this has got some, love that panel up there. Shot from the original artwork. You can read the story. And the covers are in the back. So it's good stuff. You get the paste ups, you get the corrections. You know, if everyone's seen a piece of original comic book artwork, you'll see there's stuff written in the margins, really cool historical stuff that might be insignificant to anybody else running around, but as a comic book reader, like, oh my god, that's really cool. I didn't know they did it this way. Or there's notes from the editor or whoever, and it's really cool to see the corrections and paste ups and everything else. And again, like I said, I've been so busy with distraction. I picked up this, The Art of the Pulp Fiction, Illustrated History of Vintage Paperbacks. Again, it's still in the shrink wrap. I've yet to sit down to read this. I know I need to, but the most important thing, you got James Bama's doc on the back, so that makes it a must. I know there's a few things that I'm missing, but this is it for the most part. I've gone for almost an hour. I hope you guys do not mind that. And you've learned something or picked something up or some comic book ideas that you never thought of. That's why we're here. That's why I watch videos, so I can pick up and listen to things that I did not know about or was aware of, or something that may change my perspective on certain things, which I decided to start selling some books. I never said I would do that, but I'm selling some books, some key books, because I want other books. That's what we're doing. I want my collection to evolve. Um, I don't want it to be. For me, I don't want it to be stagnant. I've got high-end books that I can get some pretty good money for. I'm not married to them. I'm like, why should I keep these when there's a golden age book I want? That Charlton, I can't. I wish I remember what book that was, so you guys can look up the cover. It's just gruesome. It's a really cool cover. I think it's The Thing number 6. It's either The Thing number 6 or number 4. It's one of those 6, 4, or 8. Look at that image. I'm not gonna take the time to do it here because it's gonna take away from me talking. But I think it's The Thing 6, 4, 8. But it's got this big, huge creature-looking thing. A dude. He's got severed heads, and it's in a laboratory, and there's just it's pretty graphic, and it's on the cover. And I want that book so bad. But of course, the other Wally Wood, not Wally Wood, but Steve Ditko sci-fi covers I want just as much. And of course, Space Adventures 33, Captain Atom, and then I'll have all the first appearance of the Charlton Heroes. Once I get that, and I can almost start finishing off the Captain Atom issues and appearances. But as I was saying about my collection, I'm not married to these books, and if I can sell them, make a pretty good little bit of money, again, I can get books that I want, like those. No harm, no foul. It's not coming from a bank account. I'm getting books I prefer to have in my collection, and just keep it changing and evolving. I don't have everything. I'll never have everything. So why not do that way? I came to that realization one day, and I'm sitting there reading, I think it might have been the Strango book. I was looking through that, and I was thinking, to have a piece of artwork would be pretty good, but pretty expensive. But then now I'm going to buy the artwork, but then it made me start thinking about comic books that I really want versus what I have. And I sold my Werewolf by Night 32, 8.5. I sold it to fund a lot of books that I would not have because of that. And I bought a whole bunch of some slab Charltons. I bought some high-end Charltons. I bought some Golden Age books I wanted. One Golden Age book I wanted. I showed it here on YouTube. That I wanted since I was a kid. Well, much younger, not a kid, but younger than I am now. But that kind of, everyone gets the idea that I'm talking about. So I know everyone likes holding on. It seems to me these other collectors, these younger collectors, I don't know, it's like a side hustle for them, or they just want to act like they're, I don't know, bragging rights, whatever. I don't know, but they hold on to these books, and I'm thinking that's great. But they'll show them over and over and over again on Instagram, like they're in the know because they've got comic book A or comic book B, when in fact there's other books I much rather would see in a collection. Again, people collect what they like and how they like. I'm not telling anyone how to do it, but for me, I enjoy seeing the esoteric, the things you'll see every day. So that's what's going to be happening as I'm organizing books. I'm getting a little stack together to make some deals with, and again, it's to get other books. That's the sole purpose. Books that I'd much rather have, books I think will make my collection really live, because I'm getting Charltons, I'm getting some Golden Age books I want. And again, once those books, I'm not married to them, I'm like, I might find something else I want and do the same thing with them. I don't know, but it's just fun. But I know I've said it on here that I would never sell a book, but I'm going to start doing that to get other books. So anyway, you guys, hope everybody was entertained. If not, put down the comments things you want to see or want to talk about. Again, I got some new subscribers. Thank you very much. Thank you for the comments. I do read them. I'm lax on getting back to people. I'm sorry. I'll start picking up on that. It's just things, just you get sidetracked. I'll do it later. I'll do it over Sunday morning when I have my coffee, whatever, and then things just come up. It doesn't happen. So then they pile up, and you're 2 or 3 videos behind, and it doesn't work out. Anyway, you guys take care. Hopefully, I'll be doing one a lot sooner than I did before than this one. But again, I will be on 4 Color Fossils Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock. Me, a whole bunch of other people I've said earlier in the video will be on there, and we're talking about comics, and I'm showing things there as well. So, alright, hope to see you guys there on 4 Color Fossils. And if put in the comments, if it's your first time seeing the show, if you like the show or whatever, put that in the comments, because we'll read the comments as we're doing things, and we really appreciate new viewers. I know Graphic Man sure does. So, all right, you guys take care. I've rambled on long enough. Happy collecting, and you guys take care.